Podcast starts at 19 seconds.
Welcome to Fit the Description, a Black Men's podcast where various black men come together to talk about life, society, entertainment, culture, news, and whatever else we want to talk about from various black men's perspective. I am your host, G, and I'm going to be honest with you, I'm probably going to change this intro pretty soon here because we kind of changed the way we record these podcasts. That's why you don't hear anybody in the intro like you used to. So I don't know. I'll have to figure that one out, but I'm just letting you know, at least for a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to change it. I don't know what I'm going to do, but give me a little bit of time and we'll get the intro figured out. Now, with that being said, make sure you weigh in to subscribe or follow depending on your platform. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to check out the Clips channel, Fit the Description Podcast over there on YouTube. Make sure to check us out over there on Instagram, opinion_Pete_network. Yes, I know I say it every podcast, but yes, I do need to work on it. But at least it is up. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get to the podcast.
Okay, so you got a wife, right?
Yes.
Love her to pieces, right? Okay. So let's say love her to yeah, you love her to pieces. Obviously, okay. Yeah. We're recording, so yes, you say yes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say some dude from Dubai was like, "Hey, gonna sleep with your chick, give her $50,000. It is what it is, right?"
Uh-huh.
Now, same fucking scenario, but she has to fuck a hobo. Are you gonna feel differently?
Is it still worth money?
I mean, yeah, we'll still break her off, but we're gonna go get some Skid Row type shit going on, and you go, yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna feel any different. Not gonna lie to you.
You're not gonna feel it? Okay, see, hey, that's the interesting one. Keep like, hey, fuck it, whatever. So, yeah, when she gets back after she got hobo stench on her, you're just gonna be like, hey, let's go play some video games.
Pretty much. Take a couple showers. I mean that 50,000 sound real nice. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Now, now we have a bonus question. Do you feel like turning the other cheek, you deserve some of that money? Or, I mean, she just fucked a hobo.
Oh, I deserve a majority of it.
I'll take it all, bro. You'll probably, but
I'm not saying she can't buy herself something nice, but a majority of that is going to go to my psychological and, emotional damage. Like, because I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, like, I don't know who said what. If you're sitting here and you say no, and you and this bitch are still struggling day after day after day after day after day, you have her go sell that shit, which you probably not even hitting every day. Like, I've been in our relationship for 15 plus years. It ain't like we gung-ho in every day. She works 2 jobs. So there's a lot of dynamics that it's like, yeah, maybe if it's like a year in and this is like, oh, this is my pussy, this is mine, and can't nobody have it. But 15 years later, bro, nah, fuck out of here.
So basically, the question started because G said he's super petty. And I was like, the level. But then I told him, look, I said, me and Keith had a conversation. This motherfucker's like, what the hell's wrong with you? I was like, yeah, because the level that I go to is different. He was like, yeah, I'm going to be petty and I'm going to make money and I'm going to fuck his chick. And I was like, that's fine. You can do that without money. What I would do is I would get a homeless person to fuck her, and I would record it with some Brazzer type production quality, and then I would post that shit the minute he fucking got out of line.
Like I said, as long as I'm getting paid, I don't care. Like I said before, man. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say no links, but like I said, during our little break that we had during the pandemic, I did a couple of OnlyFans fans videos. You might not see my face. I mean, you're not going to see my face, and you'll never know it was me, and I'll never tell you the chick who was with. But that payday was nice.
Yeah, it's still like, oh, cool. It's not like, I got oatmeal. What the fuck? This is Hobo Willie. This over here getting my shit.
Well, okay. Well, it just goes back to the old conversation, and we had a long time ago, which I've had with multiple friends, multiple people I know, and I think it was G and maybe B said, yeah, if you found out her body count was 10,000 after building an empire with her, you would leave her. It's like, what does it matter? You could eat this pussy for however long to build the empire. What does it matter? That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, any of y'all got a response to that?
Well, no, it's not really a conversation. I'm just saying, like, that was your response, and I'm just like, at the end of the day, it's like, what does it matter if you already built something with her? Like, whether you find it out or not. So I don't see how that this question could be any different. It's like, yeah, I know dudes that'll swear up and down and be like, oh no, I wouldn't take this money for that. Nigga, behind closed doors, I don't care who you are. Niggas know how it feels to be broke. And if niggas see a duffel bag full of money, 100 million. Honestly, I can't even say 100 million. Niggas see $1 million in a duffel bag. That is life-changing money to some people. Now, you can sit here on this podcast or in front of us or on the phone and say what you want to say, obviously, to save face, which is completely understandable. Everybody's going to save face. But I'd be the realest nigga and be like, nigga, 10 seconds of shame worth a lifetime of bliss. Hey, record me doing some fucked up shit, but at the same time, I'll be the same nigga getting calls. You know, hey man, you know I was there for you, bro. If I could only get 100,000, so that 10 seconds of shame.
All right, so what was the question? You said like you've been able to take 15 years, you had like 10,000 body counts or something like that?
Yeah, basically.
Oh,
go ahead.
I basically said he basically asked a question a long time ago on the podcast. So if you found out a chick had sex with 10,000, if you already put this chick for 10 years and y'all established the life and kids and built an empire, but you found out that she had sex with 10,000 guys before you, would you still stay?
I mean, it really depends. At that point, it's just too late. At that point, it doesn't really matter. It's just 10 years. It doesn't really matter. No, I said, if you were with that girl for 10 years and you had 10,000 body counts, and you had not inkling of a clue she'd been with that many people, at that point, you just might as well just, it's too late.
Exactly.
It's too late. like it's not like it's the beginning of the relationship, or you're just you've been a while, for 6 months or a year, wherever you just found out that news. Okay, then fine, maybe. Okay, yeah, you wild. Let me go. But you didn't already pursue her in a serious case at that point yet. But if you already with her for 10 years, you had kids and everything, and then now all of a sudden you're finding out her past, hey man, it doesn't even matter at that point. It really does. You what can you say? What can you say to her? You're a whore. But yet you've been dealing with her for 10 years.
Exactly. After 10 years of marriage, you filthy whore.
Hold on. Okay, let me answer this. And I'm thinking with age, I think even my answer has changed. But to me, I would say this: after 10 years, yeah, it's kind of too late. But I cannot say it wouldn't bother me. I cannot say it wouldn't
I wouldn't
affect
even
me.
think about that shit.
Yeah, it would bug the fuck out. I'll put it to you like this. At that point, I'm not saying that it will lead to a divorce, but I will say it puts her on thin ice. So
Put you on thin ice?
it put for me
Oh
it
my
puts her on thin
God.
ice because that shit will always that shit will always be in the back of my head and will always bug the shit out of me.
That's crazy.
Always will bug the shit out of me. And I like I said, I'm not sitting there saying that would be the reason. But yeah, it's something that will always bug me. I can't get it.
That's wild.
It would be hard for it'd be hard
Well,
for me to
that
get over. Go ahead. Go ahead, B.
no, that I mean that just living the amount of time lived on Earth. G's example is I've seen it a couple of times where the dude he'll find out the truth about his girl's past. He'll freak out and he get paranoid all of a sudden and end up leaving or
Or it's just he
or
can't just repair it because he can't get it out of his head. Like it's always
yeah,
a point.
Like
yeah.
the and the and the only way I will give that to you is if like or not if, but in the case of Cassie's husband, if I had to sit in court while she described detail and watch Mandingo after Mandingo after Mandingo describe the same shit she says, that it would be hard to sit across from the table with her. Yes, because the bitch got 20 million, but we would have to have separate rooms. I would have to. I would become an alcoholic, but just looking at her would disgust me. That's knowing that your wife has a 10,000 body count before you is one thing. But hearing details of what man after man after man after man after man after man after man did, and then hearing it from her while she's pregnant with your child on the stand, there's, like I said, there's a level of, like I said, I don't think, now that I couldn't get over, because now I have to go to my family. Now we have to go to church. Now we have to go to dinners. There's a there's a
And you're
difference
definitely
between
gonna have to go back to church.
A key.
Yeah.
Now, let's say you're using that courtroom, and one of the dudes who's telling the story of what he did to your woman, what happened? He was looking at you in the eye the whole time.
Oh, dude, I'm willing to bet 100% that not only did they make eye contact with him, she made eye contact with him. I would have walked out. I would have said, nope, fuck these kids. Fuck these kids, fuck her. I need to take some time to myself. Like I said, I couldn't imagine being in that. I can't imagine their relationship is just fine right now. There's just no way.
Well, remember she left the country, so like they're gone. They're not even in the country no more, and they said they ain't never coming back.
Man, that is worldwide news. I don't give a fuck.
Shoot.
Oh, shit.
I will admit that court case would be pretty brutal. I couldn't recover from that. Having to sit there and hear, especially she's giving detail like she remembers it. I'm like, you remember all that? Yeah.
Like I said, she would get disrespected every day. Literally, I would turn into a dog ass monster. Like I would turn into an evil motherfucker. Like you're not getting called by your name no more. You are officially known as whore, bitch, slut, something. You fucking have no name. Anything I say goes. If I say I want a naked housekeeper in this house, I don't care if I have kids. That's what I want.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to pay for it.
Now, on that ground, would you still leave in that scenario?
You said what?
I said, if it was that scenario where, her whole history came out in the courtroom publicly and everything was said and done, would you still leave that situation or would you just stay?
Like I said, I wouldn't leave because obviously I wouldn't want to start over. That's just the whole thing. But like I said, she would just get treated like shit. And like, I'm just becoming, like I said, I'm becoming, like there's no, okay, so do you remember that scene in 300 where that motherfucker snuck up to the queen's place and was like, I'm not your husband. You will not enjoy this.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the type of shit I feel. I'm not your husband anymore. You are not going to enjoy any of this. You are getting hate smashed every time. Literally every time. No.
Listen,
Like I said, he was like, oh, I was on drugs. No. Well, you're sober now. And you're a mom and you have kids. Here we go. I'm gonna make you do some degrading shit.
that would be no. Okay, I'm sorry. I got to stop. That would be 100 times worse because it's the fact that you're on drugs and you remember. That for me would
That,
make
like
it
I
worse.
said, there's no way. That's why, like I tell people, like there's no way you get drunk as you do and you don't remember shit. Okay, maybe not every detail.
Yeah.
Speaking of a person that's been drunk and told people, oh yeah, I don't remember what happened. Nah, nigga, I remember I fucked up this whole house. I remember all the arguments I got into. I remember where we went, what we did, this and that. Now, yes, do I remember every single fucking detail? Of course not. But I can remember some of this shit. Some people are like, I don't remember anything. Shut the fuck up.
Right. Well, there again, no, I blacked out for real before, so. And I don't even remember to the point of, and then after that, I don't remember nothing, bro. Dude.
You don't want to remember. There's a difference. But yeah, that's I don't know, man. That's just a level of hilarious thing. Like I said, if you got an opportunity for your girl to sell some shit, do it. Take that money. Take that money.
I mean, it is true, and I will at least admit that everybody has a price. Everybody has a price. It just
Like I
depends on
said,
what that number is.
It just depends on what you can live with. Like, obviously, everybody's got pride, But like I said, everybody knows. Well, not everybody, but we all know how it feels to be broke. Every average American in America knows how it feels to be broke and eat a couple of fucking top ramen for dinner, lunch, and breakfast. Like, nigga, we know. Like,
Yeah.
I say it all the time. I'm like, dude, it was Saudi Prince right now on my daughter and was like, hey, 15 years old, I got 20 million for you. Huh? What you gotta do, bro?
Wow.
All right, that
Okay,
shit
that's
to my
wild.
account. If you want her ass as a wife, just treat her nice. Send me my money.
Okay, a wife is one thing. All right. Okay.
I'm in wife. I didn't mean the other thing. I'm in
Okay.
wife.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
just,
Okay.
calm down.
Okay. Cool.
Calm down.
All right. Cool. All right. Okay. A wife. I mean, I don't know. I don't have kids, but from what I've heard, and I've never been privy to this situation, but I've heard it. It tends to work out best because you have the parents involved, and the parents pretty much know. Well, pretty much can read if the person is good or bad for who you want your kid to be. So what is that? What is that
Man,
marriage
that
called?
means nothing. A person can be a fucking serious. Trust me. I'll put it to you like this. I won't go into full detail about it.
Okay.
But living with a serial killer, I was living with a serial killer. I didn't even know
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So I can truly say you'll never know. You will never fucking know. Living with a person that has
Wow, bro.
killed multiple women and took their bodies out to 160 and buried them. And, well, like I said, I won't go into full detail because it just exposes what I'm talking about. But yeah, I mean, I'm talking about broke bread with this motherfucker for months. Got advice from this motherfucker. This motherfucker took me to job interviews. Cool motherfucker. Coolest motherfucker ever. But on fatal flaw.
Holy shit.
Trust me, when I found that out, I mean, I didn't freak out or nothing like that, but I just think like, damn, it just changed my whole perspective. Like, you never know who can be a serial killer or not. Like, who can be dangerous or not. Like, I mean, I tell y'all more. I mean, I don't know if this is a podcast or not, but I'll tell y'all more.
It is. Yeah, you could tell us later.
So I'll tell y'all more off the podcast.
No problem. That is
because, like I said, I don't know. Because if basically anybody who I know is ever going to hear this and then feel some type of way, even though I don't care about the people who, well, I don't care about all the people who this in details, but some people, yeah, I do still respect them and have love for them. But yeah.
Oh no, I mean, I get. I think we all know somebody who has a dark history. The difference is I technically know, and again, I'm not gonna get no details. I've known people who've killed and murdered people, but I've never broke bread with a serial killer, at least not knowingly. That's crazy.
Yeah, but but if they're gang members,
yeah, exactly, right.
That kind of comes.
Yeah, exactly.
Got family members that fuck out of here. I got family members that done beat up, murdered kid. That doesn't count. I don't know. I just don't think that counts. That counts. I feel like that's kind of a loophole. It's like we all got Ray that who up in the 80s and 90s in LA that done some fucked up shit. And, like, we already know. That's too funny. I
had to head out, man.
All right, B.
Yeah, I had to go. All right, y'all. It was good talking to you for a little bit.
All right, man. Be easy, brother.
All right, man.
Oh no, like I said, I'm gonna send you the. I'm gonna try to find the link and I'm gonna send it to you.
All right.
Whenever I get some free time.
Yeah, no problem. But isn't it funny how we don't put like murders and like kill or people kill people on the same level as a serial killer?
No. Well, no. I mean, just don't. I mean, like I said, I'm not saying that that's a good thing. That's a normal thing, but it just comes with the gang territory. I feel like, especially at a certain period of time.
Yeah, I mean, because it's true. Cause even my reaction to that story, I'm just like, whoa. But then when I'm talking about, oh yeah, I know guys kill people, it's like, well, yeah, I mean, that's a Tuesday for me.
Yeah, I got cousins that are in jail right now because of that shit. So
yeah,
I got family members that is in jail or done got out of jail. So that, to me, it shouldn't be a normal thing, but it is.
Yeah, that was about to be my next.
And it's not even in Black culture; it's in every culture.
Yeah.
So let me say that it's not even just Black people; it's all cultures.
Yeah. Yeah, that was my next. My next question was about to be like, do you think that might be a bad thing that we just like, yeah, somebody killed somebody the other day?
I mean, in this world that we live in now, it's just, and I hate to say this, but it's just so normal. It really is. For people to do things like that. Like, I'm not saying, like, kids, especially kids now, like, kids don't fight normally, obviously, and it's so easy to get a hold of a parent's gun or or a family member's gun. That's, to me, that's the crazy part that I don't understand. It's like I done had uncles and aunts with guns and stuff, and we just knew that there was going to be a consequence to touching this firearm. So,
Exactly.
at a certain age. So it's just, I mean, I get it, how the world is, when it comes to, because because we just have to think like now it's things just aren't family oriented. It's like there's no such thing as I can sit down and truly teach you the do's and don'ts of life. It's like I can hope that you're gonna learn some stuff on your own, but like I said, when we had gun safety things and things, like I said, things that told us that guns are bad and this and that. But I'm just like, kids now, it's like, man, I'm gonna have to fight, and I'm gonna get my butt beat or whatever, and it's just
Yeah,
it's just
there was
funny.
a consequence. I know my uncle, he used to have like a gun cabinet, and I knew never to touch it because if I touched it, I was gonna get my butt beat. So
Yeah, so I mean, it's just one of those things where, like I said, if you fight now, it's like you are liable to a person have a knife, a gun, or
hmm
whatever. It's just, it's just not. I mean, I don't know. I've never went into a fight thinking like, okay, I'm gonna get beat. So it's like,
I
or
wonder why.
if I did go into a fight thinking that, okay, I might lose or get jumped, it's like I'm trying to call as many homeboys to be there just to watch my back.
Yeah.
And then, or, I'm not going to even hold nobody. Either that, or I was like, yeah, I just ain't going to show up. Like, I had common sense to be like, yeah, we're going to reschedule this for when I can have more people around, because I'm not just going to show up to something where I'm liable to get beat up. That's just not. No, I'm smarter than that.
Yep. It's one of the reasons
I'm
why,
a
like I said,
duck.
I never fired the park. That's the number one. I never fired the park. Never fired the park.
I'm a duck and dodge this fight as long as I can until I got some reinforcements. It's like, yeah, some people I feel a certain way and they jump. I'm not saying that I couldn't have handled it, but 6, 7 guys, you never know the outcome.
hmm
You never know the outcome. 2 or 3, oh, back in the day for sure, 100%. But 6 or 7, who knows? Who knows? That just ain't worth it.
hmm
But that's why I said, there's just not a lot of consequences now from. I can't even say gang violence. It's bad because it's not even really gang violence. It's just pure stupidity. Like it's just these kids just like not having nothing else to do because nothing else interests them. That's why when I was listening to these dudes talk about GTA, and the dude was like, "Oh, well, if you want to do all this stuff on the video game, just go to LA and go home the streets and do everything that they're doing in the game, and you won't even get caught." I was like, "But isn't that kind of what the video games are for? That they're so you're telling kids to go out here and shoot up LA instead of just doing it on a video game because of the price is too much." It's like that's wild to me.
Bro, I mean,
That's so wild to me.
I could say this as somebody who's been chronically online for the past couple of years. I will be honest, listening to what some of these kids say on the internet do make me nervous because I feel like a lot of these kids cannot separate fantasy from reality anymore. And it's really making me nervous for the future. I'm not lying.
I mean, I can't even say the future. I mean, obviously, yeah, it's the future, but it scares me for so many reasons. Not just that, just the ju- that's why, like, I don't like my kids just being on the phone and looking up things. And it's like I tell Curl all the time that I'm just like, you got to stop, being online and hearing what they say, because it's gonna make you paranoid. But
Yes.
not only making you lazy, making you paranoid to oh hell, it's like get outside and talk to people.
Yeah.
But the most irritating thing about that is that even when we were younger, like in high school and stuff, it's like we still talked about things.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yes, I get it was a different world, and I'm not even gonna sit here and say like, okay, you know, these, this, and that. But it's like we had things that we looked forward to. It's like it's crazy now how kids don't even really talk. It's like they'll argue back and forth, but they won't talk about it. It's like we still talked about sports, or we talked about, you know, rappers and, you know, rap battles, or whatever we talked about, TV shows. It's like kids are gonna talk about that for like a short period of time, and then they'll start talking next to each other, and or just ignoring each other, or just staring on their phones at social media. And I'm just like, damn, dude, like that's crazy. Like y'all don't like got nothing to talk about. Like there's a lot of things in this world that you can talk about. It's like I listen to podcasts of the podcast of the podcast, and it's like a lot of these things are. I mean, it might just be because I'm an adult now, so it's like I could talk about more, but I still feel like we we can sit at each other's house and still talk about a lot. Like
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
just don't feel like.
I'm glad you
And
brought it
that,
because this gives me a chance to because I wanted to make this point a long time ago, but it's kind of like you know like I'm one of those dudes who I've looked into the the Manosphere stuff and the women thing and all that stuff, and the one thing I've always said. And there's a reason why I say if you're a young man you should not be watching that content without your father, because number one, I've always told you when I make this argument, I make it from a generalized perspective. And the reason why is because it talks for the masses. But just because it accounts for the masses, that doesn't mean it directly accounts for you or it actually applies to you. It's a generalized statement. That means it talks about the whole, but it may not be for you. For example, when I sit there and say, like I mean, I actually looked this up. I don't know if it's still true, but I looked this up, and it say the most desired woman in America is an Asian woman. That is true as a whole, but when you start breaking it down by state, by community, all these different things, you get a different result. So just because that's a generalized statement, that does not mean it's going to be your reality. The second thing I want to bring up is one of my biggest issues also with that community. This is why I say you got to get outside. Is there's some things that they say that are right, but the issue that I find is that they take out a ton of the nuance of the conversation. There's a lot more nuance there that you don't even contend with. And online, fine, they say things. Some things are true, some things are, but like I said, you go outside, go meet people, go talk to people, go touch grass. It's true. Because what you get from like the internet, what somebody says, could be completely different from when you go out there. That's why even when we have this conversation, I've always said that my argument has to change if I go by personal experience. Like it's not the same. It's just that yeah, what I read on paper it tracks. Like you're the one who brought up. We had this conversation. You're like, what is the one thing that we always argue about the most? And we always said finances. And when I look it up, that actually tracks with the data. That most arguments in relationships are about finances. And I never thought about
yeah,
I never thought about that until I actually talked to somebody who's been at that point who's been in a relationship for for a very long period of time. But like I said, I mean, I only brought that up because it gives me a chance to actually make this statement. But also, it goes back to kind of my what you just said. Like, yes, you need to go outside because sometimes when you talk, it doesn't sound realistic. Like, it sounds like you're learning from somebody, but you're not experiencing it for yourself.
oh no, very true. I mean, I do feel like when it comes to that, it's like, yeah, so many people just, or not people, but like I, I, I do feel like when you get to a certain age, it's like you gotta stop living through living through online. It's like, and like I said, if you work and you make money, like I said, you could do if you have your own shit and you work and you make money and you do whatever you do whatever you want. But it's like these kids that are, like I said, young and influenced by by the internet and these internet trends, and their friends or are also the same. And it's like I'm just like that's just such a bad way to look at life. It's like I get that these trends, because like I tell everybody, it's like, it's crazy how I see things things online, like about relationships and stuff. And it's like you see this, and a chick will see, her man, like it's like for instance, it's all right for a chick to be like, okay, I see this man giving his chick flowers every day, or setting up her a bath, or whatever the case may be. And a woman will jokingly be like, oh, well, it's funny that he could do that. How come I don't feel like that? Okay, but on the other hand, like a girl follows this chick who, cooks for her man every day, is stay-at-home mom. And I think he's in construction, but just the amount of meals that she makes for him for his 12-hour shift, and every morning she gets up, does what she needs to do, and she has her hair done, her nails done, she looks nice, house is clean. So it's like if a man were to be like, well, hey, I wish I could have a chick like that, she would lose her mind. So it's like, so, so it's like, it's just those things that kind of like are manipulating the masses. And I'm just like, okay, so you should be able to have an openly joking relationship. Okay, if you want to joke and say that you want flowers every day, it's like, okay, cool. I want this. It's like you already home. You ain't even got to come out of pocket. I just want you to be who you want to be. But it's like all of these chicks and or all of these young young women and young men this is what they have to look at. What a relationship should be or should not be.
Yeah.
And it's like that's what
And,
irritates me
and the
because
problem is,
because I
oh, my
mean,
fault that you're done.
oh well, no, I just was gonna say that to me obviously the problem is it's like they don't have anything to look at when it comes to at home. So it's like that kind of plays a big part too. It's like it really does irritate me that this single parent household. It's like it's too many people who I know that have kids that aren't in relationships, and I'm just like, or not with their significant others. Now, me, like I said, I've been through the ringer and all of this shit. I'm not gonna sit here and say that we ain't fucking had our ups and downs and shit like that, of course. But we've made it work to the point of where, like, yeah, it's easier now because it's 15 years in. Yes, if I would have gave up in the 5 year mark or the 10 year mark, and sometimes yes, it just doesn't work. But that psychological burden that you put on kids or you put on yourself, it's very hard. But sometimes it just doesn't work. And
Yeah.
I do feel so bad for those people, whether it be the men or the women. It's like, yes, you do just fall out of love and you're like, yeah, this is just easier by myself. I could do bad all by myself, which is very true. It's very, very true.
Yeah. So
But
and
it's like,
oh, my fault that you're done.
no. I just was gonna say in this day and age, it's like it's more kids that are lacking that stability of not just a two-parent household, any other family members. And I feel like that's the most terrible part. It's like not only do you not have both your parents consistently in your life, you don't have your grandparents on both sides. You don't have your aunts and uncles. It's like so many kids don't get to see. Now that's one thing that my kids don't get to see like that is their aunts and uncles or grandparents like that. Like, they see them now at 15 and 13, but it was like a 12-year thing where they didn't even see their grandparents. They did not grow up with their grandparents like and like when we did, or aunts and uncles and cousins to and to influence you in a certain way. I was like, that's also lacking in today's world.
Yeah, so yeah, that's I'm glad you said that because I pretty much agree with all that. Like I don't think a lot of kids today, or most people, heck, I ain't probably even starting with our generation, literally have examples of families or good relationships or people staying together. I mean, I'll say this. I'll get personal on this sense that I know with me because I was raised in a single parent household. I like whenever I think about a relationship, I don't ever think about the relationship staying together. I always, for some reason, I think it's just because I'm used to being from a single parent household. I always default like, if my girl isn't here, I'll just do it myself. But I don't ever think about what it looks like to have a two parent household or a stable household because I never really. I mean, I saw stable household, of course. My family, like you said, I grew up with uncles and aunties, got to see that, but I never got to see that in my household. Like, or I should say, what I saw most like amongst friends or whatever. Like most of the people I grew up around who I saw outside of my family was very dysfunctional, or just like me, single parent household or foster care, or grew up in an abusive home. And you're right. I don't believe that there's a lot of good examples out there anymore, or even things that they could look at about what a good stable relationship looks like. Like I don't think they have a good sense. It's one of the things I've always said. Oh, never mind. No, that's different. I won't bring that part up. That's a topic for another podcast. Just staying on topic. Yeah, I don't believe that a lot of kids are growing up with really good examples of what a stable family or household looks like. So all they know how to do is live in dysfunction. They don't know how to keep it up. They don't know how to navigate a relationship or get through it. I think this is the most disturbing thing I think I saw, and I don't think they ever caught this. So this is on my social media feed, and this is somebody who I've known. I went to college, but I haven't talked to them in years. They were older than me. They were way older than me. Now I think they're probably like probably in their like they're probably the early 50s now. No, they did a post and said this is true black love, right? And it was cool. You got to see these people. Like it was basically, it was a black couples, and they were all together. But the thing that was weird to me that these people looked like they were at least in their late 40s to probably their clear into their 50s, and they're all like in single digit relationships, like 3 years, 4 years, 1 years, 8 years, 7 years. And I'm like, is anybody looking at this like this isn't a problem? It's kind of crazy. I'm looking at these people who are like in their 50s, like late 40s, 50s, clear 50s, and are not even in the tens yet. All of these people are still in single digits at this age. I'm like, that's crazy because I know when I was a kid, I had aunties, uncles, even grandma. Like I said, my grandma was with my grandfather till he passed away. My aunties have been together at least when I was a kid for like 10, 15 years. And now it's at a point where it's just so abnormal to see where like it's kind of crazy. I'm like, it's crazy to look at these people at this age, and none of them have reached the 10-year mark yet. And I don't know if anybody looks at this as like, you don't see this as a problem.
Well, I mean, I feel like with our generation on why it doesn't happen is because from what I hear from most people, and this was my issue in the relationship on why we split up so many times, or the three times that we did, is that one person wants to grow or like evolve and the other one doesn't. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like
I
I
hear that
feel
one
like
too.
that's that's one of the biggest issues with our generation on why it doesn't work out. It's like evolution is not always there from both people.
Yeah.
And it's like if one person is superseding that and that other individual, then it's like they're going to do everything in their power to make up every excuse on why this ain't gonna work, or I don't believe in this, or we shouldn't be doing that, or it's just like even something as small as, okay, hey, I want a new car. Oh, but how do we need a new car? Well, I'm making money. I feel like this will help us out in the long run. Blah blah blah. Yes, okay, it's a little bit extra cash now, but this and that, or like, hey, we've got two kids and they're in school now, 5 and 7. It's like it's time to move out of this two bedroom and get a bigger house. Oh, but why do we need a bigger house? If this has been fine, we need more space. It's like, okay, but what if we have have another kid? Oh, who says we're gonna have another kid? These are the things of like evolution. Yes. Can we always say anything can happen? Yes, that is 100%. Anything can happen. But it's like evolution is just a part of life. And it's like that's the one thing that our generation, I feel like that's what hinders us from doing a lot. It's like we get so stagnant, like a majority of us, not all of us, obviously.
Yeah.
But a majority of us get so stagnant and time passes by so quickly to the point of where you're just like you wake up and be like, damn, like 5 years have passed, 2 years have passed, 10 years have passed, and it's like, okay, evolving gets hard, but then when you get in a relationship, it gets even more harder because like I said, time goes by so fast.
So I'm gonna speak on this more from a single perspective, and I mean, again, this is not like everything I've dealt with, but I will say the last couple of dates I've been on, and what I found, what the issues I started running into, especially later on, was when I would talk to these women. Most of these women didn't want to be wives. They had no desire to want to build a family. They were always kind of about self, and that's an issue. Me personally, when I went on like the last couple of dates I went on, that I ran into was they were all about self. They didn't care about having a family. It was, I don't need no man, blah, 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 all that extra shit. And I'm like, if that's how you feel, why am I here? Why are you wasting your time? You don't sound like you want to, you don't sound like you want to be in a relationship. So, I got better things to do. Like, don't waste my time in this. But again, that's my experience from the last couple of dates I went on. Not all of them, but the last couple of ones, I will say.
Yeah, but a wife and a relationship are two totally different things. I
Please
will.
explain. Please,
I
please, please, please
I
explain that.
I mean, I just feel like if you're just meeting somebody and you're already potentially putting them in wife status, that like
Well, no, 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 no. It's not that putting
wanting
them.
to do your own thing and be independent is fine.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yeah, I don't want you under me all day anyway. But it's like if you like a woman can easily change your mind
True.
on wife status,
True.
so it's like you. I mean, I just don't know. I like her wanting independence is just 100% of me.
I got
It's like I don't disagree with any of that. I'd rather you have independence than be all up under me 24/7. So I don't
I
know.
got a simple answer for him. I got a simple answer for him. She wanted a relationship, just not with your ass.
Yeah,
That's,
I agree with that.
I didn't say that. I'm just saying that yeah, at the end of the day, it's
No, no. I
I
mean,
just can't go. You you
I
said
can
what?
agree with that. Like, 'cause I think we all can admit. 'Cause I can admit that at this point that yeah, like women will change for the right dude. They do it all the time. I see it all happen all the time. If you're the right guy, they will always do it. What is it that they say? Like,
Female,
huh? Go ahead.
if a female wants you, if a female wants you, all of a sudden their answers mirror your answers
Or yeah,
because they want to
that
match.
yeah. If she sees something in you that like I don't know, I don't think it's gonna take one day. Like anybody who like yes, unless you're like baller or rich, I don't see people going on like I've never understood people who say, "Oh, it was love at first sight," or this or
Yeah,
that, or
I
"Oh,
agree with that.
I knew since the first time I seen her, I wanted to marry." I don't know about all that.
Yeah, I
Like
agree with that.
I've been on multiple dates, I've been with multiple women, and I've never thought like, yeah, this is it. Nah, this is you're good for right now. Like this is something I'm about to enjoy right now, but
Yeah.
I'm not ever gonna say this is it. Like, nah. But it's like all them dudes and chicks that we were gonna
Hello.
that's wild. Like
Oh, there.
Like that's a TV show. That's a movie. Like I don't believe that happens in real life. Well, not in this day and age. Let me
Oh yeah, I was about
already
to
say.
say. I would say yeah. No, I
I don't
definitely
believe
seen it, but yeah, not in this. No way. I haven't seen it ever at all. You recently.
like because of a lot of people confusing love with lust, and yeah, that's
Oh
there's a
yeah,
difference.
110%,
There's a difference. I mean,
110%.
I mean, I truly feel that yes, if a woman nowadays, if she sees you like like just like that chick with the whole like what's that called the whole cheesecake factory thing or whatever, it's like
Yeah.
I just feel like she saw him and already was like he ain't nothing. And
Uh
it's
huh.
like I feel like that happens a lot
That
in
happens all
this
the time.
day and age.
That happens all the time. That's very common.
Yes, yes, I do feel like James is 100% right. When a when a chick sees a person and it's like, oh well, I'm just about to get a free meal out of this motherfucker. That's
Dude,
basically
happens
that's
in two
basically
happens in 2.2 seconds. I mean, I had this argument with B a while back, and I said, dude, I've been in settings like, dude, if you don't have everything on point, it's an automatic disqualification. If your shoes ain't right, if your car ain't right, if your hair ain't on track, if an eyelash is off a little bit, they will find a way to disqualify you. Like that's
but but that's where I feel like men need to be more uh the same way. It's like I do feel like, when you see it because like I've been saying for years, what red flags are there when even if she doesn't hop in your car, even if you meet her somewhere, you could tell by the first 5, maybe 10 minutes of like where this is gonna go. Like I don't need that much time to be like, okay, yeah, are you a long-term thing or you just right now?
it
And I
depends.
don't need,
I would say it depends, but I'll let you finish.
like I said, I just can't agree with that. It's just I can just read people if you're gonna be worth my time or not. It's like I I can never say it depends because like I said, it's just about how you act. And unless you're just fake, like I said, when it comes to me giving you my time, because my time means everything to me.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, friends, uh, uh, yes, yes, it's different if I have to adapt. It's like, for instance, as an example, it's like, yeah, if I want to keep having this podcast with certain people on here, it's like, then yeah, I gotta adapt to what certain people like and what certain people don't like. And it's like at the end of the day, it's like, okay, this person has already voiced their hardships to me. Okay, now it's on me to keep being the person that I've been doing or trying to make this situation better.
Yeah.
It's like I don't want to not it's like I said at the beginning of this year that yeah, okay, whatever I need to do, if I need to stop swearing so much, I need to stop doing this, I need to stop doing that. All right, like I don't mind like I'm not gonna just not cuss at all because that's just not in me,
It's not you.
obviously. But
You
but
are who you
but it's
are.
like but it's like at the end of the day, it's just certain things that have to be done to get more people on this podcast.
So I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here because if we don't get this one out, we just ain't going to have one this week. So with that being said, I want to thank B, I want to thank James, I want to thank Keith for being on this episode. Definitely appreciate it. On your way out, make sure to subscribe and follow depending on your platform. Make sure to check out the Clips channel, Fit the Description Podcast, over there on YouTube. Make sure to check out the various different audio platforms. Once again, we also have an Instagram, opinion_peace_network. Yes, I got to work on it, but we do have an Instagram, so you can check that out. We also have a Patreon. I don't really work on it, but if you do want to check it out, the link will be down below. I actually don't recommend it because we haven't uploaded there in a while. And like I said before, we want to kind of build a community before I get back to it. But I'm just letting you know, we do have a Patreon that's currently up right now. And with that being said, actually, I want to end it by saying this is we are making changes on how we record this podcast. So let us know if you like how we do it now than what we did before. Now, we definitely are probably going to have to change that intro, but at least I should say an aspect of the intro. I haven't figured that out. But, you know, we're trying something new. It seems to be better, seems to be working, but let us know what you think about the new format down below. You probably won't recognize there's a difference, but I know for us, it's definitely make things a lot easier to record and get episodes out. But again, let us know if you know it's a difference or if you feel like it's better. Let us know in the comments down below. But now with that being said, I know this was a pretty long closing, but I had a couple of things I just wanted to discuss real quick. And with that being said, I want to thank y'all. We appreciate y'all, and hopefully we see you back next week with a new episode from the Fit the Description podcast. All right, have a good one.